During the funeral, this raven landed on the coffin and something crazy happened. This story happened with this little chick called Stella. She lived in a small town over there in England, and she spent most of her time with her mother because her father was a sailor. But every time he came back, he'd bring her a present, and she loved spending time with her father. And after one of his trips, he came back and brought back a different gift for Stella. Usually, he'd bring back seashells, ceramic things for her. But this time, he brought back a little bird and told her it was a raven, that she had to take care of it. Stella was overjoyed and spent the next few weeks and months looking after the little bird. And soon, the crow grew up and they became buddies, so much so that Stella would take him flying and he'd always come back. Except that one time, she ran out of air. She couldn't breathe and the crow started squawking. Her parents quickly grabbed the girl and took her to hospital. There, the doctors did a lot of tests, but the girl didn't survive. They were in the process of removing all the kids' braces until they heard pecking at the hospital window. And it was the raven, apparently trying to warn them. During the funeral, all the parents were around the coffin and the lid was open and everyone was crying, and up in the trees, the crow was there too, watching it fly over the coffin until it decided to land on it. And there he saw the little girl lying there, until he started pecking at her little body. The parents thought he was trying to express his sadness about what was happening to such an extent that the girl's father saw him and approached to scare him away. But it stayed mostly in his mouth until it finally flew away. And when it did, people turned back to the coffin, and Stella was sitting with an egg in her lap. It happened the next day at the hospital. They only did x-rays, and there was nothing but lung x-rays. She had choked on a little egg. Due to severe oxygen deprivation, she tragically slipped into a coma. Unbeknownst to those around her, she maintained the faintest and most subtle rhythm of breath. Their oversight, combined with the delicacy of her breathing, meant her condition went unnoticed for a critical duration.